my fellow viewers slash readers. I hope you had an amazing holidays and that you didn't miss me a lot last week. I had an incredible flu and I couldn't even film or get out of bed basically. So that's why I didn't come to you as always. But funny enough, I had recovered more and I had time to film my Christmas book haul or bookish items haul. You see here in Spain we have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day of course, New Year's Eve and and the first day of the year, and also we have another celebration in January which is the three wise men, and I think it's the 5th and the 6th, the night of the 5th and the day of the 6th of January, which is actually our big day for giving presents and stuff. So although I also celebrate, or I'm also given present on Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day. It's not very common in Spain. Maybe now it is more common than when I was a child. So this book haul or bookish related haul, it's basically to sum up Christmas and three wise men in one video. Okay, let's go. The first book I got, and this was for Christmas, it's The Queen of the Tyrian by Erika Johansen. I think you can watch it here. It's very similar to the English cover, or at least the first English cover after the cover change, before the cover change, sorry. This is published in Spanish by Fantasy or Fantafi, who which is basically the publisher company that it's dealing with the rights, and I really like it. It's a very thick book, but it's not that heavy, or at least not heavy to my hands. And this is the only thing I got for Christmas, but I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff I got for the Three Wise Men Day. Starting with a bookish item. This is not about the book. I'm going to talk about the cover. This beautiful cover, it's a handmade leather protective kind of cover to protect thick books like this copy of Jagner over here, and I have it because the majority of my classics are actually in the Penguin leather-bound collection editions, and those have like beautiful drawings printed in the the hardback in the I forgot, in the cloth bound hardback, but after using them the drawing normally fades away and disappears. So this is the way I have to prevent that from happening. This is the way I have of protecting my books, and I really like it. The smell is really nice, and I love the pattern. Actually, it's the most beautiful pattern of the collection that the person that made them had. So I love it. The next book I want to show you is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This is the Spanish edition, edited and translated by Alianza Editorial, which is the publishing company that deals with it, and I have to actually consult or check this because this edition of Christmas Carol actually has not only A Christmas Carol, it has another short stories that are actually A Christmas Carol, The Chimes, The Cricket on the Heath, no, The Cricket on the Hearth, The Battle of Life, and the Haunted Man, and The Ghost Bargain. I'm probably butchering any kind of title over here, but I wanted to share it with you. It's a beautiful hardback edition with a dust jacket that is gorgeous. And although I'm not going to show it to you because I'm very clumsy and I will probably not be able to put it back as it is, it has the same pattern, the same, design in the hardback that is beneath this. And I really like it. I really want to start reading this. The next one is a fantasy classic, a modern classic, and it's we call it Bosque Mitago. I'm going to by Robert Holstock. I'm going to check the original title. Hold on with me. Yeah, as I thought, my Saga goods. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. In this case, this edition is published by Gigamesh. That it's a Spanish publisher company that is actually publishing A Song of Ice and Fire as well. And I love their covers with electric kind of colors and disturbing illustrations. I love it. So how I got to know Holstock. Basically, I knew this author thanks to another Spanish YouTuber that I follow, and this is her favorite book of one of her favorite books of all time. And I thought I could give it a go, and it's very thin. I wasn't expecting to be that thin, especially when in fantasy, that things got messy and complicated, and they need more pages than the usual, for example, contemporary reads. So I will give it a go as soon as I can, because at the moment I'm reading another paranormal fantasy book called The Diviners, so this is taking me a lot of time to read. Moving forward to read actually comics and manga. This is the Spanish edition of let me check. Oh, good. I don't know how to translate it because the original title is in Japanese. Cool. This is a manga called, I assume, Good Morning Tampon, or yes, I hope it's like that. It's a manga about, or that deals with the situation that a lot of young adults are dealing at the moment, of the idea of studying a lot and now not having any future realistic goals or realistic prosper goals. And I'm really into comics and manga recently, so I'm really looking forward to reading this and analyzing how far it goes in describing or dealing with this topic. The drawings are basically like this, so you can have an insight to it. Black and white, but very, very detailed element. I'm picking pages randomly, so I hope I don't spoil anyone. Otherwise, I will spoil myself. Then I got Saga Volume 1. This is the actually Spanish copy, published by the publisher company called Planeta, especially the comic section of this publishing company, which is Planeta Comics, and I adore it. I know this comic saga for because of Sam from Thoughts on Toms. Hi Sam, I'm really glad that you recommended this publicly, because I started doing research and I thought it could actually appeal to me. In case you don't know what it's about, this is an adult story. By adult, I mean that if you are a teenager or a child looking for book recommendation, this is not for you. This is a very violent story with kind of a sexual content as well on it. But it tells the story of these people here, Marco and Alana, that had their own child in a very complicated sci-fi world, because from where they are, there are two different planets. From where they are actually at war, so their union, their marriage to say, is actually forbidden. and there are people interested in killing them both. And actually, they hire this guy over here to hunt them down. And I already read this. I read this on the 8th of January in one sitting, and I adore it. I think it's the best comic I've read so far, and the year is also started. Sorry, the year is only started, and I think this is the best book I read so far, and I love it. The next thing I want to show to you is this leather, leaf leather made bookmark. This is actually a bookmark I bought for me in this, fair that I went to, where my relatives bought me the cover or the protector cover for the hardbacks, and I found this person who actually made these bookmarks out of leather, as similar to the one of the protector for the books. In this case, you could pick up any kind of leaf that she had, different kind of, trees, and I picked this one because I think it's the most like the one that looks or resembles more of autumn or fall, and I love the fall. So this is my new bookmark. I don't have a book for it yet, but I will find it soon. Lastly, for during Christmas related time, I have it here, hold on. Yes, here it is. The Jane Austen, the BBC radio drama complete collection with Mansfield Park, Northanger Abbey, Emma, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, and Persuasion. And I love it. I have to say that this was part of the Secret Santa that we do in our, one side of my family, where the adults, instead of having a lot of, presents, you pick a paper and you have to give a present to this person. And I actually was awarded or given this beauty. This is actually a radio dramatization of all the plays I mentioned before. It has the whole Jane Austen collections, and so far I only read Mansfield Park, but I love it. This Mansfield Park adaptation, dramatization of the story has actually Benedict Cumberbatch in the male central role, Edmund Bertram, Felicity Jones as Fanny, as the heroine in this story, and also David Tennant in one of the secondary roles, and it's pure gold. I love it. I cannot wait to listen to the others, but the Mansfield Park story was brilliant. It is not a reading. It's not a reading of the whole story. It's a dramatization. Therefore, it's a lot of adaptation going on. There are not all the scenes, and you cannot actually transcribe all the scene into a script. So it's not actually like reading the whole book. However, I found that as I want to read the whole stories, the whole books, or all the books of Jane Austen, I thought that this introduction to the ones I haven't read, which are a lot. Actually, I only read Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility. I found that listening to the dramatization is a good approach to the ones I don't know, in case I get a little bit lost if I go straight to the books. So yay, these are my actually Christmas presents. Apart from this, I went the other day to the sales with my mom, because we have winter sales in January, and I was looking for more volumes of Saga. You see, I finished the first one in one sitting, so I couldn't actually hold myself to um, going and buying the rest of the volumes that are available here in Spain. The problem is that the places I went, they didn't have any copy. They were sold out. So looking in the comic section, I was looking for something that appealed to me, and I managed to find this. Okay, my tower just failed. Hold on, I will post again as soon as I can. Hold on there. This tiny crisis with the tower of books. I have to show you the last comic that I bought yesterday on the sales. This is well, it's in Spanish, but I will translate. Sally Heathcote Suffragette. That it's basically about the women suffragette in England, and it's a comic about a woman that was active in the movement back when it happened. So in case you don't know me, I'm very interested in the suffragette movement and how it evolved and how it entered in not only in the UK but in other places. And I have an essay book about the women and the diaries that they wrote during that time, and the women that actually were involved, and how they exchanged ideas and letters. But this is a different way of approaching with fiction this time. In this case we have Sally, who is actually a normal woman, and then she gets involved in the suffragette movement like this. So you have the black and white story until certain elements. For example, you have her hair is kind of, you know, red, light red to say. So you have a black and white story except certain important elements or representative elements, and I find it really interesting. I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and I love this kind of not like paperback but thick edition with the edges like this. I love it. I really like it. So this is it. Which things do you buy for yourself or you were given during Christmas? Is there any book that you want me to talk more in depth about soon? I hope you had a wonderful holiday season, and now that we have to get back on track, you do it as easily as possible. As always, you can follow me on Twitter, on the Facebook page, on Instagram as well, on Goodreads if you want to see what I'm reading. I will leave down below my updated Amazon wishlist if you want to see what I'm looking for as well. And I want to tell you, first of all, thank you for being here every week, even when I'm sick and I'm not able to film. But thank you very much for your support, and if you want to have more notifications about when I post or what I post, please get into my profile in the link path page on YouTube and click the little red bell that is in the upper section of the screen, because I have discovered that if you don't click that, sometimes you don't get all the subscription notifications, you don't have it in your YouTube page. So this way, if you want to see what I'm actually doing or what I'm actually posting for sure, click the red bell and I will be there on your subscription list, I hope. And if you don't find the button precisely, let me know and I will do a video filming where it is exactly. Well, you know, you can comment or subscribe or give me a like, and I don't know, I'm really looking forward to your comments. Goodbye.